Jody Messina has scored 9 #1 country singles and has scored 3 #1 country albums. The award-winning singer joins me now to chat music, motherhood, and more. Jody, great to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Coming up on Mother's Day here,
Yay.
and I know you're doing something special this year with Chicken Soup for the Soul.
I am.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a book release just in time for Mother's Day, and it's called Chicken Soup for the Soul, thanks to my mom. And it's 101 stories of people showing their appreciation and telling a story about their mother and the impact that their moms had on them. You know, and each person has their own story. And it's fascinating. You know, when we put the book together, we talked about, you know, what should a mom be? And then you start to read these thousands of stories that came in, and we had to whittle them down to like 101 stories, 100, because I have one in there. And it's fascinating. You know, there's 101 different definitions for the word mom in that book.
That's really sweet. I read your story. I thought it was very touching. What can you tell us about it? I know you don't want to give everything away.
No, because you have to buy the book.
FYI, guys.
But I will say this. When I was putting the book together, my mother had become ill. She had heart surgery in 2013 and has had every type of complication since then. I mean, it's just been a nightmare. And so when I was putting the book together, I didn't know if she would be able to see the fruition of, you know, the book, of see it, you know, all come together. And I had gotten the advance copy of the book, and my sister had her at the house, and I was like, Mom, I want you to read this. I want you to see this book. She actually got to see it, and she read it, and she said, I can't believe that you remember. She's like started crying.
Oh, so nice.
She's like, I can't believe you remember the story. And I was like, oh my gosh. Mom, like, first of all, I can't believe you remember it. And secondly, I was like, of course, this thing I've held on to this thing for dear life, you know, at moments in my lifetime. And so it's just neat. It was really neat to see her read that story and remember it. And she cried and I cried. It was really...
Well, that's really nice. And what I gleaned from it is that she was there for you throughout your whole life and really helped you with your career, or like supported you.
Yeah, she drove me to shows before I was old enough to drive. And then I didn't get it then. I get it now. We'd get home, you know, I'd fall asleep in the car on the way home, and we'd get home after midnight. And my mom would get up at 5 o'clock and go to work the next day. Gosh. And I was just like, how did she do that, you know? I got 5 hours of sleep last night. I don't even know where I am. And she, you know, would do it night after night after night. And so she'd
awesome.
sit there and wait all night for me to sing one song.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
That's really sweet. And now you have a whole album, you know, albums upon albums, obviously. So she can.
And even now, she said, she listens to the radio and she's like, I hear you all the time on the radio. Are you ever going to play a show here? And in Nashville, we're signing the book at a show on Mother's Day that my mother will be at.
That's great.
I know.
That's really sweet. So Mother's Day is May 10th. So folks out there, May 10th, don't forget to get your mom something, maybe Chicken Soup for the Soul.
There you go.
You know, what's the best advice she gave you?
The never give up. I still have it. When I first moved to Nashville, she sent me that little, I'm sure you've seen it over the years, the cartoon of the frog in the crane's mouth, and the frog's, you know, he's half gone and he's got his hand around the crane's neck and it says never give up. And she sent that little cartoon to me and I still have it on my refrigerator. It's all yellow because it's been, you know, a few years since that
it's been
happened.
with you throughout these years.
After high school. You know, I came down after high school and it's been on my refrigerator.
Wow.
So I've lived in a few different places and that's gone to every refrigerator.
And now you're a mom. You have 2 kids of your own.
I do. I don't want to call myself a mom because, like, you know, moms get a bad rap. They're supposed to know everything.
Right.
Right?
Right. Or at least pretend like you do.
I don't.
Right.
I know, and I make up things and tell my kids. You know, I caught myself saying yesterday to my 6-year-old, he's like, oh, Mama, I could do this. And you did the cross-eyed thing. And I was like, you better be careful. Your eyes are going to stick like that. And I turned around to my husband. I'm like, why do we tell our children that?
Because our parents told us that, right?
I know,
And
why
then
did they tell us that? I'm like, so I tell them little lies like that. Like, your feet are going to fall off if you know, don't put, I don't know, something. And I always go to the extreme. So my poor kid, I can't wait for the stories he has.
Oh, that's so
me.
great. But they like coming on the tour with you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We keep our family together, and it's a conscious thing. You know, my husband does front of house sound, and the boys travel with us, and thank God my musicians are patient, you know, because they are on the bus with it's the band, the crew, the nanny, the kids.
So are you writing new music for another album yet?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm constantly writing.
Okay.
And I've got some good material, and for the show on Mother's Day, it's a one-of-a-kind deal. So and we're gonna try to tape it. We're gonna try to record it and film it. But I'm working up some stuff for that as well.
Okay. So when might we see some new music from you?
Soon. I'm not sure if it's this year, the end of this year, beginning of next year, but I do want to say that if you follow me on Facebook, you will be able to find out before anyone else.
All right, I like it.
I have to do that. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
No, do you keep up those socials all on your own? Do you have some help with that?
I do. Like, I've been tweeting pictures of me and Robbie, my guitar player, like all over New York. People are gonna get so sick of seeing us today.
Well, I'm not, and I'm so glad you stopped by today.
Okay, thanks.
I really
Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate your time.
Thanks.
Jody Messina, her book is called Chicken Soup for the Soul, thanks to my mom. For this and all things entertainment, stay with CBSNews.com.